Every now and then you have to have a little bit of fun. And I got something here in the truck I found. I think it was in St. Joe. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's so horrible that I had to buy it. And we're going to have some fun. So, if anybody watched, I don't remember if it was a TikTok or a YouTube short, I found the world's worst radar detector. It has to be bad. It has to be bad. For $29.95, let me show you what we got. So, we're laying out. I bought two of them. Well, I'll show you here in a minute. This radar detector. Never be caught in a speed trap again. 1,000-foot range. And detects, well, radar. Alright, so to put it in perspective, 1,000 feet, basically 3.5 football fields, 3 1/3, something like that. It's not that far. If you were to stand at one end of your block and look down, basically that's it. The cops are hitting you at a mile. Says it detects KA1 and KA2 band signals. Basically, it just detects most common radar signals, city and highway modes. So it's a pile. So let's open it up and see what's in it. So I'm sorry I turned the light on. It was a little dark, so you can see this. It's just basically got this. Got the power on, off, the whole ordeal. And this is just pretty much it. Pretty simple, pretty rudimentary. I'm not looking forward to anything spectacular. Now it does come with directions. Power on and off, report mode, volume control, receiving mode, city road mode, and highway road mode. H indicates the device is in highway mode, C indicates the device is in city road mode, and then it just gives you how strong it is and what signals it is. This is quite literally everything. So basically, it looks like it just clips on. How does this work? I have no idea how. Oh. Huh? Ah. There we are. How the hell is this supposed to work? This is stupid. Oh, you gotta bend it. So, this is already stupid. But, that's it. So, now, I know what you're saying. Well, how do you know it works and how do you know it's gonna good? I got a control. Now, for all of you that have been with the channel for a while, know that I actually do have a legitimate police radar set up. It's on the brink. But I knew this would be a problem and I wanted to see how good it was, so I bought this. This was a Cobra Radar 480i connected radar and laser detector. Now, disclaimer, I have not opened these up in the semi-truck. Any kind of radar, detector, laser, they're all illegal in semi-trucks. And Virginia. And maybe another state, but I'm too lazy to look it up. So, this is actually going to be the first time that we're going through this, but Cobra seems to make things that pretty good. There is an app that goes with this, and so you can hook it up to your phone, and there's a whole Cobra iRadar setup. So, well, I guess we'll just pull it out the bottom. Now, I will say this. I've been a fan of Cobra's products as of late, and their packaging is always on point. Got a nice radar, and it's packaged really nicely. So, and let's see what else is in here. It's pretty much plug and play too, so get this all unwrapped and looked at, and then we'll go from there. Must just be a thing with radar detectors. However, they did give me Velcro to attach it to the dash and another thing. This is a whole lot more sturdier than that. Nice plug in the whole ordeal. So we're going to take it out to the black and white, and I'll tell you what's going on with the black and white, but we're going to take that out tonight. So this is weird. So the cheap one, you push this button, plugs in.
Please fasten your safety belt. Highway mode.
It's in highway mode. Yay. So we've got them both in right here. That one's turned on. Let's go ahead and plug this one in here and see what happens. Huh.
Testing.
Oh my.
System ready.
The thing ran through a whole diagnostic thing. It's got an on-off switch on the side too. That makes it nice. And it's screwing with that one. I was worried that that might happen, so I'm going to have to unplug the one, and we'll just try it, and then we'll have to plug in the other one and see what happens. So let's take off and see what happens. We're going to head to Wichita. Got a full tank. Got a Coca-Cola with me, so let's go have some fun. Usually there's some cops at the edge of town, so let's get there. So it's going off, and I would guess it's probably the supermarket door. Or the cop that was hiding. So it does pick up radar, and apparently my hometown has not gotten to anything else. So let's go to Wichita. Now, one of the reasons I brought up the supermarket door was because when radars were first coming on the scene back in the 80s, you got a lot of false readings, and the majority of them were from supermarket doors. They used a radar kind of device to sense people coming towards the door so they could open them automatically. And a lot of things have gotten past that since now, but the shit still does happen. Or the thing still does happen. So, it's just something to be mindful of. He, of course, from where he was sitting to where I saw him, because I knew he was sitting up there, it was less than 1,000 feet, but like I said, the minute he hit me, I knew. So, yep. We're doing the speed limit at 55, and got the cheap one going, so we'll see what happens. Yay, spotlight! So here we are, just about to get on US 400 in Wichita. Well, I'm out west of Wichita by Goddard, so we're gonna get out here and we'll see if these things actually work. So we're busy looking for people running radar, or cops running radar. Usually they're along this stretch, but it is Tuesday night. So I guess we'll just hang out a little bit, and I'm going to run to one end of town, maybe do a loop, and then we'll plug the good radar detector in, because, well, that covers a whole lot more. But let's see if we can get this thing to do anything more than it did in town. Or I apologize about the video. This thing just doesn't like night, and I'm doing the best I can with it. So let's go find some cops. It was going off like crazy a minute ago, so I couldn't get the camera up in time. So let's see if we can replicate this. Now, I just had a police officer pass me, but he was moving real fast, so he wasn't running radar. He was just speeding. So far, I've gotten nothing. I did have one pass me, and he was doing passive. and it beeped, and I saw him pass me going the other way in the taillights. Getting this is a whole lot harder than I thought. So what I think I'm going to do is put it on the highway towards Hutchinson. I got time. And we'll see what happens there. And if nothing happens, we'll hook in the good one. Repeat the whole thing on the way back from Hutch towards the house. So here's the plan. We're going to run up about 20 miles with this setup. Hopefully we see something. If not, we're going to swap it out for the other one. And we'll swap it out for the other one. And we'll do the higher dollar one on the way back. I just kind of wanted to run both of them at the same time, kind of as a control to see the difference. But cheap doesn't like being run next to other ones. So there is a little bit of a bleed over. So I got to thinking, we played with this enough, the cheap one. It's to the point where it's predictable. I mean, seriously, it's a $30 radar detector. I've been trying to get a good baseline and all that, and yeah, it hits radar. It's picked up a couple of cops. Nothing you'd really want to write home about. But the Cobra, I really want to try the Cobra. So
Menu.
okay, so I've dimmed it down.
GPS settings.
It's got a lot of stuff on here. Speed mute, speed alert, speed camera, red light camera, caution area, speed trap, lockout, user location. Yeah.
Exit.
All right. So we got it in, we got it dimmed. We're gonna put it on. It's got X-band, it's got all the bells and whistles and features turned on, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna be really disappointed if this isn't any better than the $30 radar detector, because if the only difference is this is Cobra and you can access it from an app, it's gonna be not worth it, and they'll both be not worth it. So I got my coffee, and we will put my seatbelt on, grab my coffee, and let's hit the highway again. Them things going back and forth looking like Knight Rider. If it starts talking to me, it's going out the window. I keep missing the alerts. I just got hit with X-band and then K-band. So I'm gonna flip around and see if we can replicate this. Whee! Now we are near the airport. We're at the north end of the runway, so that may be part of the problem. But didn't get hit, nothing coming back. So we'll see what happens if we keep headed east. So we went all the way out to the east side of Wichita, and now we're headed back west. And it's starting to come alive. Well, it seems like it's settling down. It's kind of a dull night. Got a couple of good hits, got a couple of direct hits. So I'm gonna head back to the house, and maybe we can get the local cop to hit us on the way in.
K alert.
Ooh, I'm getting full on hit now. So I made it home. And here's a few takeaways. First of all, for $29.95, if you rely on this, it will let you down. I saw every police officer that hit me. Every police officer that hit me. You're not getting away if you don't pin your hopes and dreams on this. But there was a few interesting things about it, so let's go over this real quick and I'll show you some of the neat things. One of the interesting things was this was the on and off button. Right here. On and off, and it just plugged in. It, like you saw, it had a fairly easy to read display, but it was really rudimentary. It was compact and all that, but this technology, truthfully, we would have killed for this 40 years ago, or back when radars started coming in. This would have been just top of the line. But this thing that's made from the world's finest Chinesium is, it's, don't waste your money. It was fun to play with. It actually really was fun to play with. But truthfully, every police officer that hit me, I saw. And if I saw them, they already had me long before that. This is just a toy. $29.95. Like I said, don't waste your money on it. Let me waste my money on it. But I guess theoretically it did exactly what it was supposed to do, but it did not go any further than that. No laser, no LiDAR, no nothing. It's just strictly radar. And so if guys running laser or anything like that, you're toast. But aside from that, 30 bucks, it was fun. A little bit of deceptive marketing. At 1,000 yards, it says never be caught in a speed trap again. you're getting caught. So let's go to the Cobra. It's the 480i. So the Cobra 480i, it actually worked as advertised. I liked it. I like the on and off right here. It's got some good volume to it, honestly. So I could actually, I'll just turn it all the way off right here. But it's pretty easy to understand. As buttons go and all that, it's fairly rudimentary. But as you saw in the video, it has some range. And you know when you got. I knew, and part of when I rolled out of town, I kind of figured the cops would either be on the north end of town or the east end of town. And going out, they were on the north end. Well, I didn't see them on the north end, so I decided to hang a left and head east, and sure enough, they hit me going out. So they didn't hit me very hard though. But I knew that this being a small town, that when I turned around and headed back, they were going to see me and he was going to nail me, and he nailed me full force. And it did exactly what it was supposed to do. However, he nailed me from probably close to a quarter to a third of a mile out. I mean, he really hit me a long ways out. And the minute I hit the city limits and he saw my lights, I got nailed. And I thought he was a lot closer than he was. And truthfully, when I got hit every time in town, I never saw the police officer. I got hit several times in town. Had a few blips and all that, but I didn't get hit as hard as I did coming into town here. But in Wichita, there was a few here and there that I got hit. I did get a good hit once, but like I said, never saw the cop. With the other one, I saw the cop every time. With this one, I never saw him. So that tells me that this one picks up it from a lot further out. So, truthfully, the fact of the matter is, I don't care about radar. I've never run one. I've never really cared about running one. It's just fun to play with. I've never had semi-trucks that were fast enough to need one. And usually when I got a speeding ticket, it was very well deserved. I'm not even going to dispute that. But if you're going to run one, spend the money. Now, these are great. The cheap one, like I said, don't waste your money on that. The Cobra's not bad. If you hook it up with the whole iRadar system, it syncs up with the app, the dash cam, the GPS. There's a whole series of doodads and gadgets and stuff that hook up with it. Like I said, the dash cam, the radar detector, and I wanted to say there's something else that I don't know. Well, about 28 foul things come to mind, but that's just for me to laugh at. But truthfully, that would be good for trips and stuff like that. But basically, all it's going to do is keep you honest, because, well, that's pretty much all it's good for. If you really are going to do something like a cannonball or anything like that, that's not the radar. You're going to be spending $1,500 to $2,000 on something like a high-end Valentine or something of that nature. But for just a general user, that's a pretty fair, middle-of-the-road radar detector all the way around. You saw it work. It worked good. But like I said, it is what it is. But as for the cheap one, that one was actually more of a pain than anything else. The city mode and the highway mode, I didn't bother to do the city mode, because if I'd done the city mode, chances are it would have filtered out everything and we wouldn't have seen anything. But I got hit a couple times, but like I said, I saw every police officer that hit me. The 480i, no, it was as advertised. If you want a good middle-of-the-road radar that'll kind of help you, that's not a bad one. But I just thought this video would be fun to show you the world's crappiest, cheapest radar versus something that's practical. The LiQWYD Practical, the one made from the finest Chinesium. I have no idea what brand that is. It just says radar detector. I really, there's no brand name on it. I have no idea who makes it. It does come from China, but that's about as far as that goes. So anyhow, if you're going to spend the money on a radar detector, you're going to spend between $200 to $400 depending on what you want. And if you do a lot of driving and you need one or you want one, I would spend closer to the $400 than the $200. But chances are this is going to go into the box and probably into my back room with all the other useless crap that I bought for YouTube. One of these days I'm going to do a video and show you all of this stuff that I bought, tell you how much it cost, and show it just sitting there languishing on shelves. This is it is an expensive proposition, but I do have fun with it. And I hope you enjoy these videos that I do. This was just a fun one, so I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had fun with this. Like I said, I shot it at night, and it was just kind of, hopefully some things came through and you could see some of the screens, but it was fun. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next video.